Hello, everyone. What a blessing it is to be here today. My name is Scott Baggett. I was told all my life, you can't do this, you can't play this sport, you can't play that sport. Scott's life became proof that perseverance says, watch me. We must build an armor of perseverance, not just to survive life, but to serve others. I was 4 years old when I learned that. I went to bed a normal boy, only to wake up paralyzed for 120 days. Polio had taken control of my body. I had to learn how to live life all over again. As my mother became my teacher, teaching me to stand, how to walk, and how to keep going, even within me, I wanted to quit. But in those struggles, something was being built. Perseverance. Years later, that perseverance would take on a deeper purpose. I felt God calling me to go spend time visiting children in a hospital. I did not go alone. I brought my therapy golden retriever, La Vie, in French, the life. His call name was L.A. I brought L.A. with me. Here's a story on a Friday morning, finishing up our 2-hour visit at St. Joe's Hospital, 2 days before Christmas. We're coming out of the PICU ward. A lady stops me. She's on the phone, leaning up against the wall, and says, Sir, did you go to room so-and-so? I said, ma'am, I'm pretty sure that room was dark. The door was closed. Sir, my son would love a visit. I said, okay, we'll go back. So we went back in. I knocked on the door. You opened the door. I walked in a little bit. My name is Scott. A lady out in the hallway said, oh, that's my wife. Yeah, come on in. So I came in with LA. I closed the door behind me. What I want you to picture is the bed is right there with little Johnny in it, laying on his left side, and Dad was sitting in a chair with his Bible, which was a plus for me. So as I walk in, I go around, and LA hurries around the bed and flies up on the bed and lays right behind little Johnny. Just about that time, Dad leans in and says, Johnny, you have a dog behind you. Well, it blew me away to begin with that LA jumped that high up after 2 hours already. But he knew something I didn't know. Little Johnny started petting him with his right hand. Well, just about that time, the door opens and a doctor walks in and he looks at us and goes, oh my God, he's moving. It turns out, I guess he hadn't moved in a couple days, and the doctor said, hey, don't worry about it, you keep going, I'll come back later. So we did, and Mom came back in the room. We were going along, we were having a great time, and I had to help LA off the bed. We were starting to leave, and Mom said, Scott, could you come tomorrow? And I said, well, we don't normally visit Saturdays, but yes, ma'am, I'll be here. We go back in Saturday, and he was down on the bottom floor, floor 1. That was an indicator he was doing better. So we go in, we find him, we're visiting, grandparents are there, Mom and Dad's there, and we stay for about 50 minutes. He did all his tricks in the bed with little Johnny. He had a blast with him, petting him and enjoying him. And we go to leave, and Mom follows me out, and she hugs me and says, and she's crying, "I can't thank you enough." I said, "Man, that's what I do. I love it. I enjoy it." And it wasn't me. It was LA and the guy up there that made all this possible. And she goes, "I agree. Thank you so much. Have a Merry Christmas." And in moments like that, I realize the most powerful healing doesn't always begin with medication. It begins with the quiet spirit of a golden retriever who recognizes the need for a connection with a child. You see, that's a scene that I've had the privilege of witnessing hundreds to 1,000 times over the years. I have so many stories of that are just an awe story. In that moment, I realized perseverance is not just about surviving your pain. It's about helping someone else take a step forward. I've given you all the physical challenges of my life, but the story doesn't end there. In my senior year of high school, my parents went through a bitter divorce. My mother attempted suicide 3 times that year. By the grace of God, somebody found her and she lived to 82. What a woman she was. Ultimately, my father took his life. In that kind of pain, it can break a normal person. Or it can give you something rare. A deeper understanding of someone else's pain. Hey, I had enough of it by the age of 20, trust me. More than most will experience in a lifetime. Perseverance does not just change your life. It allows you and you and you to change the life of someone else. I've done it for 15 years. I loved every minute of it. I want to go back, but I am in need of a reliable mobility van. I've given a flyer to all of you. You'll see on there the web page to my foundation, www.helphopelive.org. You bring it up, you'll see find a campaign, type in Scott Baggett, and if you want to donate, that's where you can donate. And it's tax deductible. I need to raise $30,000. 5 months ago, I thought it was going to be $60,000, but I've met a man who is an incredible individual, works for a legitimate mobility van place, and he can get me a van. If I can raise $30,000 and my trade-in, I can get a van, very low mileage with excellent warranty on it. But that's what it takes for me to keep going. I'll have a new pup in end of July, August. I hope to get started with him in the American Teach-In this fall. But I truly need help raising that $30,000. Thank you very much. Have a blessed day.